folks, and welcome to Gaming with Geronimo and the start of a brand new adventure. Today, we're jumping into Dragon Quest XI S, Echoes of an Elusive Age, Definitive Edition on Steam. This is the upgraded Switch version brought over to PC, and I'll be playing with my trusty pink Rock Candy Switch controller, just like I did with Dragon Quest VIII 3DS mod series. This game continues the legendary 3D style that began with Dragon Quest VIII, but takes it to the next level with a bigger world, deeper story, and even more epic gameplay. So let's fire it up and see where this journey begins. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a new adventure, but before we doing that, we get in our video settings. Just a little heads up for you. If you're wanting, I got it in Windows so that way I can toggle back and forth and out of it, but your resolutions, find your resolution that works for you, set it in how you want it. Your 3D graphics options. So your display brightness, I highly recommend it be at a 60. It starts out at 50, but 60 is ideal for being able to get video capture if that's something that you do. And then it's just a little easier on the eyes. Everything else should be set to its standard. You don't really got to change anything else. But now that we're doing that, let's create a new venture log. So we got an unused log. Now, mind you, I've played this game for the PS4. I own it on PS4. I own it on Nintendo Switch and as well as now on the PC version. And actually, if I just pull these out for you really quick. All right, very beautiful. So as you can see, I got the PS4 version right here. Dragon Quest XI. And this is Echoes of an Elusive Age. So this is the Edition of Light. And then we have the Switch version, which is the definitive. This is the Echoes of an Elusive Age S Definitive Edition, which is the same exact game that we're playing right now on PC. So if you'd like the console version just to see how well they run or the differences, there are a little bit of differences from the PS4 version to the Switch version that we're playing. But with that, I've played these games all the way through, so I'm very familiar. With the storyline, and you guys are going to get it here firsthand. I am going to let the scenes play all the way out, so just like Dragon Quest VIII, it will be long, but this story is a little bit richer. So there's going to be a lot more episodes than what we're going to have with Dragon Quest VIII. So here you have the option, which mode you want to begin your adventure in. Don't worry, you can change the way the world looks whenever you like by visiting a church. We are going to play in the 3DS mode, but if you get into like Dragon Warrior 1, 2, and 3, or now that BN's Dragon Quest franchise can take the whole name back, there is another story behind that. Look it up. I highly encourage that for those of you that are interested in the lore and the kind of makeup of this franchise. But we got the 2D mode, and that's what you would see the other games played in. And so you have the ability to play in both. This is going to come handy later when we grind, because I'm going to teach you a little trick that has to do with mini medals and toggling back and forth between 2D and 3D mode. And that'll be a tutorial within itself. So we won't show it as part of the gameplay, but it'll be a separate video for a tutorial later down the road. If there's anything else that you'd like to see in here, let me know. But we're going to go ahead and start in the 3D mode. Yep, we're going to do this. So now you actually have the ability to get a chance to set up your character voices. We can do them in Japanese and English. I'm going to do them in English, but Japanese is the original voice setup of the game. So I'm going to leave the vertical movement normal and the horizontal movement normal. And the automatic camera, we're going to have that set off. If we go to on, the camera changes the way that you're going automatically as you're walking. You know what? Let's just leave that on, and you'll kind of see how that goes. We'll confirm that. We got the darkness set at 6, or brightness set at 60. And let's begin.
This child, he is the one?
There's the mark. There's no mistaking it.
my. What in heavens are you doing here? And after that awful storm, too. However did you survive? Oh, you're a jolly one. What's this? Oh, you poor thing. Come here. Come here. Oh, there's no need to be frightened anymore. You're safe now, little fellow.
Several years later.
Thanks so much. You're a lifesaver.
So here we can press X to hold, and we can skip through the scenes. So those of you that are trying to get through the game fast and you don't really want to watch the game, you can do that. And if you can see me pressing the X button, it starts to move. And then we can turn on the autoplay cutscene, which we'll do here shortly in a moment, just to allow the cutscenes to play through. But just so you know, you can expedite your way through the game and try to get through these scenes really quick.
Trust me to lose my headscarf just before the big ceremony. So it's finally here, the big day. I can't believe we're going to be climbing all the way up there. Looks like Sandy's keen to lead the way. Come on, let's not keep her waiting.
So we now have control of the game. We're at the Cobblestone Tor base. First thing, let's go into the settings. So pressing Y on my controller, the Nintendo Switch version, I'm going to go into miscellaneous, and the first thing I'm going to do is get into my video set. Well, we already did our video settings in the beginning. We're going to do our system settings and our battle mode. So our battle is going to be, we're going to do the free form fighting, and I'll show you what that looks like. And then our speed is going to be ultra fast. So we're going to confirm that. Our camera controls, we have them normal. We can actually do the camera movement and have it going on a certain speed. I'm going to bump it up to a 4 on each of them, and then we'll leave the automatic where it's at. Audio settings. Let's turn that music down. So we'll probably have that music going at 4 for the rest of the game, and we'll leave it at that way. Sound effects we'll leave blasted out all the way. Now the soundtracks, unlike the Nintendo and the Super Nintendo and 64, and then we get into PlayStation 2, the Nintendo 3DS, all of those games, they usually play a synthesized style soundtrack. We actually get the symphonic soundtrack. It's a lot cleaner. Definitely looks a lot better. So we're going to stay with that one. And then voices are going to be on high, and then autoplay cutscenes, we're going to turn those on. We're going to leave the protagonist's voice on, and then at any time we can change the language from English to Japanese. We're going to confirm this. Keyboard settings is good. Set confirm button. And now we're going to claim special awards. Because this is the definitive edition, we do have special awards. So we're going to get the baby boar set, and that we can use that later. So we got the baby boar hat and the baby boar costume, and that's been added to my bag of my item inventory. we're going to do the Trodaine set. So in Dragon Quest VIII, Trodaine is the main area where the protagonist comes out of in that game, and where King Trode is from. And so you see the outfit that the protagonist is currently wearing. We can actually inherit the Trodaine bandana and the Trodaine togs, which gives me a little bit of a beginning game defense, if you will, in this game, as opposed to just wearing the normal clothes. And we're going to add that to the bag. And now we've also inherited, you can now choose the Dragon Quest VIII soundtrack music that'll play when you're outside of battle. And we just go to system settings and change the audio settings. And then last thing is the adventurer set. So we get 5 seeds of skill and 5 pep pops that we'll use later in the game. However, that's good to add to our inventory. So we've claimed all of those, and now we're good. So now if we go into the audio settings, we have non-battle music. Confirm. Now we're going to go to Dragon Quest VIII music. Now if I go in here, let's go back to the items. Well, I want to go back into the music. For our... We're going to stay with the Dragon Quest XI. We're going to go into our items, and just really quick, we're going to go to the bag, or the equipment bag. So unlike Dragon Quest VIII, everything is just inside your bag. Here you have an items bag and you have an equipment bag, so it makes it a little bit easier to go through all your equipment. But here we're going to take, if you've noticed, these have their, there's a little pink star to the upper right of each one of the icons there. What that means is that will change your view, or your character's outfit. So if it has that symbol on it, that means it has the ability to change the way your character looks. So we're going to go ahead and pick, and all we have to do is put them on once, and then we'll have that look always in our inventory. So we're going to go to this one. We're going to equip. So now we can take these, transfer these into the equipment bag. And we didn't have any headgear. We're going to equip with the great sword for now. So now if I go into my attributes, well, let me go into my equipment. So we can see in here, if I click on him, we have down here on the bottom the outfits that are available. So if I click on here, I can go with none, or I can go with the Trodaine. But right now, because I'm currently equipped with those items, I'll keep this look. But we'll show you a little bit more of that later as we can start adding different looks to each one of our characters in the game. So the Trodaine is a look. I like it. It's a little nostalgic to Dragon Quest VIII. And that's what we're going to run with. I think we're good at this point. Let's go ahead and get going. Oh, yeah. If we hit X, we can look at our map. Now, inside the map, and the game's going to tell us how to do it in a tutorial, but if we hit Y, we can zoom into the map. Now, if you notice those little pink dots that are in there, those are areas where we can talk to people and get specific information to where we're currently going in the game. And we actually, our current objective is to head towards the Cobblestone Tor, which is right here. So if I zoom out, you can see where we're at, where my cursor is pointing. And if you see me moving out, you can see where I'm pointing in the direction that I want to go. Now, if I want to hide the objective, I just hit my top right, my right button, and it hides it. If I want to hide the overlay, I hit the top left button, and it'll hide the overlay. But I like to keep all those active. And without further ado, let's go ahead and go. If I do the ZR button on the right back button, it'll allow me to sprint. I'm not going to talk to her, but if you want to, you can talk in there. We're going to let the scenes play automatically. And here we go.
Humble folk of cobblestone, great land spirits, hearth and home. That's how it goes, isn't it? My granddad's been teaching me the prayer ever since I was little. He reckons the spirit of the land really does live on Cobblestone Tor, you see. As long as I can remember, he's been preparing me for this day. The day it would finally be my turn to climb all the way up there and offer my thanks. I just wonder whose idea it was in the first place, sending the village's young folk on such a dangerous errand. What if I take a tumble and do myself a mischief? Well, not to worry. Since you and me were born on the same day, I'm lucky enough to have a bodyguard along for the journey. Come on then. That craggy old thing won't climb its... Oh. Ah! Monsters! They're coming this way.
So, as always, your turn-based RPG, I have the ability to decide how I want to fight. Just remember your settings. You can do your speed and your battle mode here. We can change it to free-form fighting. Speed, you can adjust. We've already did that from the beginning. Tactics, you can choose to follow orders, or you can fight wisely. Mix it up. We're going to always do follow orders. So let's go ahead and fight. Just as any other Dragon Quest game, we have the ability to choose spells, defend, abilities, items, and equipment. But we're going to get straight into attacking. And as you can see, slimes just like in all the rest of the games. So the game stays consistent. And each game comes up with new enemies as well.
Go on, you can do it. Crikey, I wasn't expecting that. I know they were only little, but I'd have been done for if you and Sandy hadn't been here to help me.
There's the
And
entrance.
now we've got to go through that horrible, dingy cave. Just our luck. I'll bet you anything that's where those awful things came from. Well, as long as you're with me, I've got nothing to worry about. Come on, let's get going.
All right, so all those scenes, or that pretty much that whole scene played by itself automatically because of the way I set it up. You want to make sure that you explore the whole map. If you press B, you can jump. It allows you to get in certain areas. As you can see, we have a treasure chest here. Let's see if we can open it. And we can. So we got us a pot lid. In this game, unfortunately, I can't equip a pot lid when I have a greatsword because a greatsword requires 2 hands. But if I do a normal sword, I can actually equip that pot lid as a shield and give me a little extra defense. So we're going to look at a couple things as we're going up into this game, or as we go into the cave. And I'm pressing the ZR button, the back right button. And I'm doing that to sprint. And just like Dragon Quest VIII, you keep track of your enemies that you fight. So you get a monster defeated list. We're going to go here to the right. You got little cliffs. You just hit your A button and you can climb up once you see the little arrow. And then you're going to see all throughout the game little sparkly spots on the ground. Hit those and you get different items. It might be a weapon or a herb or a map, an important item in the game. So always keep your eyes peeled open for that. Now, as we climbed up these things, we can just jump down. Call it good. So unlike Dragon Quest VIII, there's another mechanic that we have in the game, and that's called an early attack. So, Gemma, more and more monsters, but I don't think they've spotted you yet. You should sneak up and try to surprise them. All right, so we're going to do that, and it tells us. So throughout the game, they're going to give you little tidbits like this where it'll give you explanation to how to do something as we progress into the game. So get close enough a monster, and a small orange arrow will appear just above them. Press A, and you'll give them a weighty wallop with your weapon, lowering their HP before the battle has even begun. Why not try springing a preemptive attack on that slime over there? So we're going to move closer. You see how the arrow is there? I'm going to hit A, and A hits him.
Crikey! Go on! You can do it! Get him!
And there we go. All right, I'm going to avoid these because I don't want to spend a lot of time grinding right now. We'll show you grinding tips as we go. I'll go ahead and fight him, get him added to my monster list.
Go on! You can do them! Tough little blighters, aren't they? I'm so proud
So
of
I've
you.
jumped up to level 2. I've learned a new spell. Frizz. Frizz is just a little fireball that I throw out to the enemies. So you want to make sure you explore, and as you get into the game, we'll need to come back here at a very late part of the game, but you can get pots, throw them down, and get different things from there. I can also talk to Gemma if I want. But or any other members of the party, which we'll get later in the game. So sparkling spot, pick that up. Copper ore, and we need that to use later when we're concocting up new items. We'll have the ability to do alchemy in here too.
Cool. Look at all this fog. Is this normal, do you think?
Coke Zero.
Help! Help me! What? Cole? Quick! You have to help him! It's not fog at all. It's more monsters.
The Smogs draw near.
Watch out!
And there we go.
Crikey! Crumbs! Go on! You can do it! Crikey! Here you go!
So if you notice, the Smog on the right is frozen, so I want to attack him because it's less likely to dodge me.
Crumbs! Fight, and fight some more! Crikey! Go on! You can do it!
So the new battle mode allows me to move around in the battle circle.
Crumbs! Don't give up! Go on! You can do it! Go on!
And there we go. The Smogs are defeated. 40 experience, 22 gold.
Done!
Moved up to level 3. There we go.
I'm sorry, Gemma. I only came up here because I thought it'd be funny to jump out and surprise you. But then those monsters appeared.
What in the world is going on? I never heard anything about monsters appearing on the tour before. But never mind that now. Whatever were you thinking? You could have been killed. You take Sandy and get back to the village this instant.
Yes, Gemma. Sorry, Gemma.
You saved my bacon again. I knew you were tough, but crikey, you really have grown into quite the hero.
Think
Not
she's a
for
little
us to
sweet on
talk
him.
now.
And the rain.
Typical. It would have to go and start raining, wouldn't it? Come on, let's get a move on.
And we got control again. Graphics in this game is way, way better than Dragon Quest VIII. And I love Dragon Quest VIII. It's absolutely fantastic game. And I highly recommend, playing it if you haven't started that. Definitely check out my series. I'm actually doing that series simultaneously with this one. But anyway, you can go up to signs, read them. Just these vines to climb, and you'll nearly be there. Don't go losing your grip. All right, so you'll see the exclamation point when you walk up to it, and it's going to explain that. You just hit that down, or once that arrow changes, you can hit that arrow. And then you can use your right analog stick to look up and down whatever it is you're climbing. You can do the same thing on ladders as well. Now, when you get to certain heights, ladders and ropes, the same thing. You can jump down. See, there is a sparkly there. So if we fall down, come over here, grab that sparkly. Pink pine. We can use that for ingredient later. So there you go. If you see an icon, move a little closer, press A when it changes to a little arrow in order to interact. And there it is. All right. Yeah, so as you elevate, get up to different spots, go ahead and take a look around. This way to the top, watch your step. Take a look around and see if you can see any flash and sparkly spots so you can start getting as much loot as possible. And most of those things you can actually sell and get gold if you need it. So we're going to fall down. Not much further now. Keep close to the cliffs. And don't let your nerves get the better of you. It would be cool in the game if they would have designed it with you helping Gemma or any other member of your party that might need help. It would just make it a little more personalized. And here we go.
Here we are at last. It's such a shame about the weather. I was really looking forward to that view. Well, we better say the prayer and get this ceremony over with, eh? What was that? We're alive. But how? That great big flash of lightning. It was almost like you made it happen. Look, The mark on your hand. Huh? Oh, it stopped. Well, we can worry about that later. All I know is that you saved me yet again. I don't know what I'd do without you. Now, we really had better be finishing up this ceremony. Humble folk of Cobblestone, great land spirits, hearth and home. Lift your voices up in prayer, sing it across all our drear. Blessed are we since days of yore, let it be so forevermore. Wow! Look! It just goes on and on and on. Whoever dreamed up this ceremony must have had this in mind. They wanted to show us how huge our world really is. Well, that's it. It's all over and now we're grown-ups. Should we head down and tell Grandad and everyone? They'll all be waiting for us at the bottom.
Geronimo and Gemma make their way back to the bottom of the Tor. Now, if you press your left analog stick in, you'll start running automatically. So that can be a little bit of a nuisance. It's one of the things I don't like in the game.
We're back safe and sound, Grandad.
Indeed you are, my dear. Thank the spirits for that. When we saw lightning striking up there, we got a little worried, I have to tell you. Well, I never. Sounds like it's nothing short of a miracle that you made it back in one piece. Well, there's no doubt about it, the spirit of the land was watching over you. Now tell me, my dear, how was the view from the top?
It was wonderful. I saw the sea stretch into the horizon and the sunlight playing on the water and... oh, I've never seen anything like it in my life.
You're true Cobblestonians now. Only we have the pleasure of looking out over the world of Erdrea in such breathtaking fashion, you know. You're still young, and the day may yet come when you decide to leave Cobblestone behind. I hope our little ceremony has opened your eyes to a little of what may await you out there. Now, it's high time we were heading back. I'm sure your mother is eager to hear how things went, young man. Don't keep poor Amber in suspense.
Come on, you. Home time.
And this is wonderful Cobblestone, the home of the protagonist. Awarded for coming of age. Awarded for ascending the top of Cobblestone Tor and completing the ceremony that signifies the onset of adulthood. And then here I just earned a Steam medal, so trophy, if you will. So, you know, if you're into that, that's a way you can earn a trophy. All right, over here is a ladder to go up. I typically I wouldn't play this right away from the beginning, but just to give you an idea of some expectation management in the game. Like I said before, you can move around your ladder as you're climbing it. This is a long one. This one I would not be able to jump down. But just like in Dragon Quest VIII, you can come over, get your pots, get your barrels, and get little goodies out of them. Copper ore, and we got a Seed of Agility. Awarded for collecting 10 different items. All right, cool. So what I wanted to show you is if you look over here on the top and you look around, you can see those little sparkling spots on the top of roofs. So if you can ever get to an advantage point where you get up high, do that so you can kind of scout around what it is that you might want to try to get. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and climb down. And then by pressing B, I can just slide down. Once again, you can talk to this person, but we don't want to do that. We're just going to keep going to the next part of the scene. Definitely want to go inside all these houses and loot in and around and behind places. You get gold and stuff. We'll come back and do that later. We want to get moving to the next scene. And there is Sandy.
Oh, here's my little soldier. Well, not so little anymore. I've heard all about your big adventure. Look at you, all grown up. I hope he wasn't too much of a bother, Gemma dear.
Of course not. Quite the opposite, in fact. You would have been proud of him. We got attacked by a monster at the top of the Tor, and I ended up hanging onto the edge of the cliff by my fingertips. I thought I was done for. But you'll never guess what happened next. That mark on his hand suddenly lit up, and a bolt of lightning hit the monster.
What did you say? That funny little mark? Lightning flying about the place? Goodness me. Here I was hoping he'd turn out nice and ordinary, but it seems his grandfather was right all along. Well, I've been putting this off for long enough now. You and me need to have a little talk. Here, this belongs to you. Your grandfather asked me to give you it once you'd come of age and climbed the Tor. The truth is, there's something I've been keeping a secret all these years. Something I've never told another soul in the village. It's... how can I put this now? Well, he said you're the reincarnation of the Luminary.
What?
Oh, don't ask me what the old fool meant, dear. I haven't got the foggiest. All I know is that your grandfather said you had a special destiny and that there was something you had to do. He said that when you came of age, you were to head north to the capital, up there in Heliodor, and show that necklace thingy to the king. He seemed to think that if you did that, all would become clear. Clear as mud, I shouldn't wonder. Anyway, the long and short of it is that if you want to find out what this is all about, you'll have to leave Cobblestone and head over to Heliodor.
Crikey.
Well, I can't stop you leaving, I'm sure, but you won't be marching on an empty stomach. Come on, dinner.
The reincarnation of the Luminary. Geronimo tries his hardest to sleep, but he's too confused by everything he's learned and excited about his upcoming trip. Eventually, having trouble sleeping, are we? Well, it's no surprise after all the excitement today and your big news. Whenever I have trouble nodding off, I like to go for a little walk. The night air always does me a power of good. So as always, you're going to open up chests just like in Dragon Quest VIII. Bang up some barrels. Get everything that you can loot whenever you can loot. I'm going to show you a couple more things too. If we go up in here, climb up to the top. We got these right here. Those coins. And as I mentioned before, you can just drop down and you don't have to climb. Alright, so we'll go outside and it's nighttime. But what I want to do first is go in here. We'll show you something else you can do in the game. Just kind of a little sidebar thing is you can run into pumpkins and barrels and knock them over. So these you can't pick up, but you can knock them over. It's kind of a little neat graphic thing here. But we're going to jump up here, get one of the sparklies, and that's important shortly. And then, of course, we want to get this treasure chest. 50 gold coin. We're going to jump down. We got some barrels back behind here. Get another 10 gold coins. And then if we go to our map, you can see current objective. Something tells you something. Something tells you something's waiting for you at the center of Cobblestone. So if we zoom into our map, you can see in the center of Cobblestone is a little pink dot. So this should help you on your journey if you're trying to figure out where to go and you're trying to figure out the game. But with that, let's go ahead and get going. Look around different spots. Here's a little spot, a jug of fresh water. That might be useful at some point. You jump down. There's the church. Just like in Dragon Quest VIII, you can go in there and save your game. And we're going to go, hey, look, it's Gemma.
Oh, can't sleep either, eh? You remember this tree, don't you? I got my scarf stuck in it all those years ago. There I was, crying like mad, and there you were, running round trying to help me get it down. Some things never change, eh? You know, I always imagined we'd spend our whole lives right here in Cobblestone. That's why I was so surprised by what your mum said today. All that stuff about you being the Luminary, that reincarnation thing. I remember the story my granddad told me. Once upon a time, long, long ago, the world was terrorized by a horrible monster. But then, the Luminary appeared and saved the day. When it was all over, the Luminary turned into a star. And he's been watching over us from up in the heavens ever since. That's his star, right there. How can you be the Luminary too? I just don't get it. I know. That's what you're going to Heliodor to find out. I understand, really I do. Listen, we should both be getting back. Everyone will be wondering where we've got to. Goodbye, old friend.
Exhausted after his long day, Geronimo finally falls asleep into a restless slumber. Then morning comes.
Well, just look at you. You don't scrub up too bad, you know. Only wish your grandfather were here to see you. You won't forget him, will you? He was a fine, upstanding man, the pride of the village. You could do worse than try to be like him. Well, however you turn out, I'm sure you'll find a way to overcome whatever lies ahead. A mother knows these things. Oh, by the way, I've popped a little money I'd saved for a rainy day in your pack. Don't spend it all at once. Why don't you visit the village shop before you head off to Heliodor? You'll need some supplies for your big adventure. But don't take too long. The whole village is turning out to wave you off.
So when you get out into the game, you can see the sparkly spots are still over there. We haven't got those yet. Remember the exclamation points. You can talk to people. But here I wanted to point you to a quest. So if you click onto them, you can actually have the ability to do side quests within the main storyline. Oh, dear me. Dearie, dearie me. What am I going to do? Oh, if it isn't young Geronimo, you came along just the right time. I've got a favor to ask, you see. The other day I was playing with my lad and, you know, and messing around as you do. Well, anyway, he's got this flurry feather that he loves, and, well, fool that I am, I managed to let it blow away. Luckily, the wind only blew it as far as the roof of your shed. I'd go and get it myself, but I'm not too good at heights, I'm afraid. Anyway, I know you're a brave young fellow, so I was wondering if you'd mind climbing up there and getting it back for me. You'd be doing me a huge favor, I'm telling you. So, the man wants you to retrieve his son's flurry feather from the roof of your shed, and my reward would be a sleeping hibiscus. You've been asked to undertake the quest. Will you acquiesce this request? Yes. I knew you'd help me out. You always paid attention to what the priest said in church. You know, that stuff about always being kind to others. You're a fine fellow, and no mistake. Now there's no time to lose. My son's desperate to get his beloved feather back. Hurry on over to your shed. I'm sure you've climbed onto your fair share of roofs, but just find something to clamber onto and press B to jump up there. Once you found that flurry feather, bring it back here, and I will see if I can't give you a little something in return. Best of luck. So I accept the people's friend request. So now I have control, and I'm just going to go back because I had already gotten it earlier. Oh, there you are, Geronimo, and it looks like you got the feather. Would you mind letting me have it? Yes, I would mind. No, not really. Yep, hand it over. Geronimo hands over the flurry feather. Thank you. I knew you wouldn't let me down. I can't wait to see the look on my boy's face. Oh, and before I forget, here's a little something in return. Geronimo receives the sleeping hibiscus. And that's not all. I've got a tip for you, and I hope you'll find useful. If you ever see someone, or if you ever want to do someone a good turn, look for a purple speech bubble above their head. Listen to what they have to say and see if you can do anything to help. It always pays to be kind to others. But don't feel that just because someone's shared their woes with you, you have to help them right away. You can always come back when you want a little change of pace. Or if you're not sure what to do next. Anyway, thanks again, Geronimo. I really owe you one. Now just remember, whatever's waiting for you up ahead, be kind to others, and you will do just fine. All right, so we returned it. We got Sleeping Hibiscus, and the quest has been transgressed with finesse. Quest complete. So if we go into our miscellaneous, we can go to our quest catalog, and we got 26 pages of our 5 pages of quests, or 26 quests that we could be doing. So we've done the People's Friend, and these will start filling up as I accept quests along the way. Remember this one? We could go up on the roof here. Grab that. Another pink pine. All right, we're going to go here. We're on the back. And we're going to just jump down. Pa-bam. And then right over here is a little door. Now, we can't do anything with this door yet, but later we'll be able to. Much later in the game. But remember, we'll have to come back there and see what goodies are left in there. So, Mom told me to go out and get some things at the item shop. If you wanted to do that, you could do that here. Purchase some things. As you can see, we have 220 gold. If you come in here, leaving Cobblestone. So you're leaving the good old Cobblestone, are you? Well, make sure you've got all the essentials you need before you set off. Welcome, valued customer. How can I serve you? We can buy, we can sell. So if you go to buy, we can buy a cypress stick, a pot lid, a bandana, which I have a bandana already, wafers, clothes. That actually gives me +1 in defense if I decide to do that. But we're not going to right now. And I already have a pot lid. All right, nothing in here for me to get. It's always nice to get a couple goodies when you can. Medicinal herb. Cypress stick. So save some money for not buying it. And of course you see Sandy here, so this must be Gemma's house. All right, so before I talk to her, what we want to do is go into our items, equipment. We got all those different things we can get. We go in our item bag. And what we want to do is we can sort by type or by name. Right now it's by, let's go by type. And we got medicinal herb. We got the seed of agility, seed of skills, which we can use right away if we want. All I want to do is I want to take these medicinal herbs and transfer them. And I want to transfer them to the main protagonist. And what's different about this from Dragon Quest VIII is I can transfer as many as I want now. And why not? I'll just do all 6 right now. So then that way I have the ability to heal myself. So this is it. My little soldiers really leaving. You might not be back for a while. Hope you said all your goodbyes. So are you ready? And yes. Well, off you go then.
One day you're just a little boy, the next you're getting ready to leave us. I only wish your grandfather could see what a fine young man you've become. To think, it's been so many years already since old Chalky found you floating I mean, since he brought you to Cobblestone. We never thought there was anything out of the ordinary about you. And now suddenly there's all this talk of luminaries of all things. You know who the Luminary was, of course. A legendary hero who saved the world from a terrible darkness. We're supposed to believe that you're him reincarnated? I don't doubt old Chalky, of course. But it is a little hard to swallow, I must say. Oh, when you meet the King of Heliodor, put in a good word for old Cobblestone, won't you, eh? If he finds out this is the village where the Luminary was raised, there might be something in it for us, if you catch my drift.
Oh, you are terrible. Trust you to be thinking about what you can get out of it.
Oh, no, I'm only joking, of course. The very thought. Anyway, where was I? Ah, yes. Now, the fate that awaits you may well be one beyond anything we simple country folk can imagine. But you must allow us to offer what little assistance we can. Take this map of Erdrea with you. May it prove useful in finding your way. And may this magnificent steed, the pride of Cobblestone, lighten your burden and speed you on your way. You'll find Heliodor easily enough. Just head north out of the village and follow your nose.
You travel safely now. Oh, you're such a good boy, such a good boy. You make us proud out there, won't you? And come back safe.
Goodbye. Wait! Here, take this with you. I made it for you. It'll keep you safe. I heard there are lots of monsters where you're going. Be sure to keep it close, won't you? I don't know what's in store for you out there, but wherever you go and whoever you meet, don't forget us, will you? Take care, and remember, we'll be waiting for you.
And the game is auto-saving right now. Need a horse? Nay, bother. Horses are an incredibly convenient way to cover large amounts of ground in very little time, but you'll sometimes have to enter areas that can only be explored on foot. Don't despair, though. A ring of one of the many summoning bells dotted around Erdrea will soon bring your faithful friend galloping back to your side. Heliodor region. And there you have it, folks. That's going to end this episode. Episode 1 is now in the record books. We'll start at episode 2 where we actually travel to Heliodor and we see what the king there has in store for us. But with that, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and put down some comments below if there's something you want me to play. If there's a type of way that you want me to play this game down the road, speed runs, things like that. Or tips and tricks that you need to know about, I can get in and expedite and show you as well. And there will be grinding tips and other tutorials that I'll do along the way as we start and dive into this journey. Don't forget to look at the Dragon Quest VIII 3DS mod that I'm doing as well. That I have that series already up and running, and that's going to be going simultaneously while we do this one. Well, other than that, until next time, thanks for gaming with Geronimo. Peace out.